There were a couple puzzles in here that were a little piratey themed, and I thought that was kind of cool.
Welcome to Cloudy with a Chance of Meeples, a channel of conversation and board games.
Hey, my name is Brent here on Cloudy with a Chance of Meeples. Today on the channel, we are going to be checking out Deckscape, Crew versus Crew. This is an escape room type game in a box. I like those. I'm a huge fan of the exit games. I'm a fan of the unlock games. And anytime I can, try to figure out some riddles or puzzles, I'm all for it. This is the second one that I've done. I know there's a few of them in this series. I did the time travel one. I thought that one was all right. It was fun. It wasn't like something to write home about. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. It was fun. This is a pirate one. I like pirates. This is a team one, so you can't do this one with only one player. Typically, a lot of these exit and unlock games and escape room games, you can just do solo. This one you can't because you have to split up into two teams, the red team or the blue team. And I think that's a nice little wrinkle, a nice little twist in this genre. I don't believe Exit's done any that has teams. I think Unlock has. I haven't done that one or two. I don't know how many there are, but I just think, if I remember correctly, that they have one that you do in teams. But this one you do in teams. You split up. You got a red team and a blue team, and you got to figure out who's the most piratey team of them all. The best pirate captain team will win. It's a race. I think that's kind of cool because each team gets kind of the same riddle, but they get a different riddle, if that makes sense. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything in this one. You get 64 cards in this deck. I'm not going to show you anything. But you start, you do about 10 to 12 puzzles in there. I think maybe there's 11. I don't know exactly. I can't remember how many. But you get a riddle card that's very similar for both teams. But it's done in a creative way to the point where you can talk with your teammates and you can try to figure it out and talk freely without the other team knowing exactly what you're doing. So I think that's kind of cool. There's kind of, I guess, two different answers, one for the red team, one for the blue team. The first team that says, we got it, kind of stops the clock. There is no clock, but they stop. And then they look at the answer on the back. And if they're right, they get a card that has some treasure, some doubloons on it. The most, whichever team has the most of these at the end wins. Again, I'm not showing which card number this is, but one of them has two. Okay, so if they get it correctly, they are right. If they get it wrong, the other team automatically gets the treasure. So there is that race aspect where you want to figure it out as quick as possible, but you only have one shot to do it. And if you're wrong, the other team is taking advantage of it. So I liked that. There were a couple puzzles in here that were a little piratey themed, and I thought that was kind of cool. There were a few puzzles in this one that we didn't really get at all. One we got actually it was seriously like closing our eyes and throwing a dart at the wall, and we just randomly got it. So there is a chance that can happen. It fell a little flat for the other team. They're a little bit ticked off that we just kind of like randomly got it. It is what it is. There was some wording on some of the puzzle that didn't make sense, so I think that was a little bit detrimental to this one, to our experience in this one. We enjoyed it, but it wasn't like this is amazing. Again, it was like $10, so it wasn't very expensive. You don't rip anything up. I can reset this deck. I can give it away. Other people can enjoy it. So for the price, it was all right. But there are many other ones out there, including the exit and unlock, that are better than this one. That's the skinny of it. I'm going to give it a 65% chance of meeples. It's all right. Nothing mind-blowing. It's all right. 65% chance of meeples for Deckscape, Crew versus Crew. My name is Brent. Check us out on Facebook, Cloudy with a Chance of Meeples. Remember, grab your umbrella. The forecast is cloudy with a chance of meeples.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to grab your umbrella because the forecast is cloudy with a chance of meeples.